Hello, welcome to the Wednesday, November 15th, 2017 edition of the SANS Internet Storm Center's Stormcast. My name is Johannes Ulrich and today I'm recording from Jacksonville, Florida. Today we'll start with Microsoft's Patch Tuesday. We had a total of 54 different vulnerabilities being addressed, but overall this is actually a smaller and not all that important Patch Tuesday to what we had happen in the past. First of all, the majority of vulnerabilities are really spread across three different products: Internet Explorer, Edge, and then we have Chakra. Now, Chakra is the JavaScript and JavaScript engine, so really in some ways part of Internet Explorer and Edge. None of the vulnerabilities being patched today have been exploited in the wild, so this makes it a little bit less critical, even though, of course, the Edge and Internet Explorer patches are rated critical. Another product that has, in my opinion, critical patches, but Microsoft considers them only important, is Office. We have a total of 6 vulnerabilities being addressed there. Probably one of the more embarrassing ones here, and one I think that should probably be rated as critical, is an arbitrary code execution vulnerability in the Office, in particular Word equation editor. Turns out the equation editor actually hasn't changed since 2000, same code for the last 16 years, so it doesn't have a lot of the advanced protections that we have in more modern code. So it shouldn't be too hard for someone to come up with an exploit for this vulnerability, and also this vulnerability does not really require any user interaction other than opening the Word document. We also have patches for Microsoft Windows. Now, here I agree with Microsoft. These are important. Denial of service vulnerabilities, elevation of privilege, information disclosure, also a security feature bypass here. So nothing like a remote code execution, which justifies the important rating. And finally, we do have 4 vulnerabilities that are being addressed in ASP.NET. So, quick summary: start out with the browser and Office, and then install the Windows and .NET updates if you have a choice, or just get the full update from Microsoft. And again, none of these vulnerabilities, according to Microsoft, have been exploited so far. Now, what about Adobe? Adobe came out with an entire set of bulletins today affecting a number of different products. Flash Player, Shockwave Player are among those products. In addition, you today received a patch for Photoshop CC, Adobe Connect. We also got an update for Adobe DNG Converter, Adobe InDesign, Adobe Digital Editions, and the Adobe Experience Manager. So really across the spectrum here. And yes, Shockwave Player and Flash Player are probably at the top of the list for you here. There's also an update for Acrobat and Reader. That update was originally posted last week and it was updated again today. But well, it wasn't just Microsoft and Adobe that released interesting updates today. We also have a new vulnerability, and with that, a couple of updates for antivirus products. The vulnerability was called Avigator, and what it's really about is using antivirus for privilege escalation. The problem, of course, is that antivirus engines run in part as an administrator or in elevated privileges, and then they have a user interface that allows normal users to manage in some parts the antivirus engine. The feature that's particular at risk here is to restore a file from quarantine. In some products, the user is able to trick antivirus to restore a file into a different folder than it was originally found. And of course, antivirus uses its system privileges in order to accomplish that. So an attacker would use that to elevate privileges by sending a malicious DLL to the system. That DLL will be recognized as malicious and quarantined. Now the attacker will ask the antivirus engine to restore this quarantined file and trick it into restoring this DLL into a directory that another piece of software that runs with elevated privileges uses in order to load its DLL libraries. So this way the attacker can then run the attacker's code using elevated privileges. According to the author of the blog behind this vulnerability, there are 6 vendors that already released updates: Trend Micro, NCSoft, Kaspersky, Malwarebytes, SolarAlarm, and Icarus. However, apparently there are additional vendors that are vulnerable that have not yet released an update, but are expected to release one within the next few days. And well, that's it for today. So thanks again for listening, and talk to you again tomorrow. Bye.